I'm up far northwest Wisconsin. Gonna put a camera out, do a little scouting. That right there is a good deer. That is a good sign. Looks like bear tracks in here. Yeah, definitely bear track. We used to gun hunt this area. Started about 2000, early 2000s, and did for probably till about 2012, 13, something like that. And it just got to be horrible because of the wolves. But we used to kill some big deer up here. Now this year again, we're gonna want to get a group back together and try hunting up here again, see how it is. We had normally 10, 12 guys every year. Hunt out of my buddy's log cabin bar, which I made a video on that. It's the oldest, definitely the oldest deer camp up here. It's built in the late 1800s. And like I said, it used to be really good. Seen the biggest buck I've ever seen in the wild up here. It looked like a cartoon character and it came out of the woods, or came out of the swamp. But I had shot, we party hunt, you know, I mean, it's legal to do that in Wisconsin. And we had, like I said, 10, 12 guys, sometimes 14. And a couple of guys, 2, 3, 4 of them, could only hunt that first day or two. So it was like, man, you see a good 8-pointer or better, shoot it. Because I want the deer and I want some meat. So I had shot this 8-pointer. I was sitting on this big ridge, you know, my climber, and I had these 2 little bucks, a spike and a 3-pointer, were below me all morning, feeding around, whatever, and they bedded down, just like 30, 40 yards below me, real steep ridge. And about 8:30, 9 in the morning, this 8-pointer come rolling through. I whacked it, dropped it right there. I wish I wouldn't have, because maybe 10 minutes later, those bucks, I shot right over top and they didn't even care. About 10 minutes later, they got up and walked into that swamp. 5 minutes later, 3 of them come out. And the third one was just, like I said, it was a freak. Huge 12-point, unbelievable deer. It was a world-class animal. And it was staring straight ahead, like towards where I'd shot that buck, where that was laying. And in my mind, I was thinking, this deer's gonna spook because he sees that deer laying there. I mean, that could go either way. I mean, deer die in the woods all the time. It's not like that deer had a power of reason and was thinking, hey, that deer is shot. Some guy killed it. So I rushed a shot, and all I did is end up grazing the brisket on this thing. And that one haunts me to this day and will till the day I die, because it was by far the biggest deer I've ever seen. But just goes to show you, and that was about a mile from here. It just goes to show you that the area is capable of producing world-class animals. But like I said, the wolves got bad, and just the deer hunting pretty much sucked. But my buddy Jimmy hunts by his place, and the last couple of years he's been saying, man, I've been seeing a lot of bucks. So I figured, let's give it a shot, see what happens. So I'm gonna shut my mouth and get walking and cover some ground. Now, I hunted across the creek, I don't know, it was quite a few years ago, the last time we were up here hunting, and there was pretty decent deer. There were only a couple decent bucks, but it was nothing like it used to be. But what we got here is, see, my intention is to put a stand in one of these giant spruce right along the edges, so you can see it's really thick, all taglers and stuff, but it opens up. It's probably 150 yards straight across to the other side of the creek, and it opens up. It's really grassy, and it's like 300 yards down that way. So we get up a ladder stand in one of these big spruce on the edge of this when all the leaves are off. As long as I got to scout this out, as long as there is a funnel where they're crossing, I mean, it's going to be tailor-made, because the wind is going to be coming this way. We can sneak in from the east, pop up in this tree, and cover a long distance. And my theory is, you got a rifle, you might as well sit in a spot where you can really reach out and touch them, because you have a less chance of them smelling you, hearing you when you walk in. I mean, it makes sense. Anyway, across the river then, there's a narrow patch of wood like this, big old poplar and spruce, and then it's a huge clear cut on county land. I mean, a giant that's 4 or 5 years old. So there's a bunch of transition between that, the spruce, the river, the tag alders, and the open ground. So, like I said, and I've been seeing deer sign in here, so I think we're going to be golden. But I just need to find the funnel that they're using across this river. If I find that, as long as we can sit up way up here and reach out and touch them, it's going to be sweet. All right, I'm going to keep looking, crawling through this brush. Look at the frickin' bear trail. Every one of those is bear tracks in there. And there's no bait in here because there's no trail walking in of somebody's boot print. And it's brushy as heck. So, man, I don't know about that. There's obviously, this is overrun with bears in here. Let me follow it this way. Jesus. God, there's got to be a bait in here, you would think, right? For all of that. It's almost got to be. Goes through there. Back here. There's no way there can be that much bear traffic without being a bear bait somewhere. And that's just crazy. Oh well. Well, I think I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna check out door number 2. This, I don't want to be by too much predator action here to be looking at undisturbed deer. I mean, obviously I've seen plenty of deer hit a bear bait before, but I just don't want to mess around with it. Especially if somebody's in your bear baiting or bear hunting, they're going to be throwing all kinds of scent and shit around, and, you know. All right, next spot. All right, plan B. Back in where I said I messed up on that world-class buck quite a few years ago. I was going to drive in, but I got mud in there and started spinning. I'm like, I'm not getting way in here and getting stuck. Your sign, though. Got it like that. Bear track there, too. That's one thing. And Northwest Wisconsin has so many bear. We should definitely give out more tags. It takes too long to get one. But anyway, I'm gonna get in here. It's nice that it's muddy like this because probably nobody else is driving in here either. I mean, I'm the first one that's been here this summer. nobody was in here in the spring or probably fall either, because that road would have been all tore up. You would have saw the evidence of that. So we'll see what we get. It's about a half-mile walk, not bad. All right, the mosquitoes are horrible. Deer flies. So just got the camera set up on this trail. This old skid trail. There's a bunch of deer sign on it. One trail going off that way. You can see deer tracks over there. There's a nice big old scrape from last year on this trail. And it's been logged 3 years ago maybe. You can see all the young popple slashing, and then there's a bunch of oak in here too. So basically this is just going to be a test spot just to see, leave it soak for a month or more and just see what comes through. If there's something worth chasing, well, then we'll narrow it down better, scout it out a little bit more, but we'll see. I'm gonna get out of here because the bugs are killing me. There's that scrape. Looking branch, you see those dead limbs from last year. Old rub. I'd have just put it down here, but I wanted to get back a little bit further in the transition of the hardwoods. There's some softwood, and then a new little popple slashing. And get right there where everything came together. So I believe that is my best chance at this time of year to see what's going on. So, another trail right there. The oak. So I'm gonna get back to Jimmy boys. He's still working on the dinghy. Tomorrow we're gonna grab that and go on the lake and then go way up the river. Access the spot I want to drop the camera too. I was just about to say, I always come prepared with something to clear brush, and then I broke the damn thing. So, oh well, it's time to go anyway. That right there is the main reason I need to get out of here. I'm cut away from the gas station, and I don't want to walk. The dinghy is ready to go. Not gonna lie to you, Jimmy boy, I'm really excited for this one. The motor on the dinghy.
Beautiful day.
Beautiful day. Gonna get on this lake and then go across that and go way up this river and get into a funnel that's incredibly secluded. And I just hope we find this is pretty good red oak country, so hopefully there's a nice red oak ridge back there too. And so we'll see you on the water. What do you think, Jimmy? This looks nice, huh?
Beautiful day.
Beautiful day. Remote lake. Go way up that river.
Yeah, being a weekend, there is nobody out there.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. The only ones in a boat landing. It looks like a kayaker here, but he's from Illinois. He can...
Hey, don't Illinois me.
What do you say, Jimmy? This is a 5-horse?
5-horse.
Yeah, good 7.5 or maybe even a 10. This thing would rip across the water.
Across some way.
Yeah, right. Well, it is rated up to a 25 horse, but I would never put something like that. I don't want a water ski behind it, but it's working. beach there. And there's a little bit of water in the back of this thing, so there's definitely a couple of residual holes from our 30-mile demolition derby we did down that last river.
What the heck?
But, well, whatever. Like I said, when the season's over, we'll pull the floor out and find those and fix them. All right, let's get moving. Scared the crap out of them. Old grub. Follow this trail. It should take us right to the funnel that I think we're going to find here. Look at that yellow birch stuff right there. See that? It's like an octopus.
Yeah, yeah.
That's neat, huh? So it took a mile walking and scouting, but we found where the two trails connected and then formed one to cross the creek that feeds the river that we came up on with the dinghy. And that's definitely a nice little funnel. So we dropped the camera. It's a non-celly. We'll just leave that sit there for, I don't know, who knows, maybe till October. Get a good reading on what's in here, and then see if it's worth wasting the time to come back and hunt it. So, see you at the boat. Back to the dinghy. That's probably just shy of 2.5 mile loop. Not too shabby. Not super impressed with the deer sign. I mean, there's just nothing to eat in here. It's just all mature woods, but like I said, we put that camera down by the funnel. Anything that does come through here, we're going to get a shot of anyway. See if it's worthwhile. So, back on the dinghy. Jimmy's the rock lookout. Make sure we don't knock the frickin' prop or rip the motor off the end of the dinghy. So far, so good.